Hi, my name is Fatima Abdul, and this is my week 7 video presentation. I'll be discussing my SAFMEDS data progress and any study methods and adjustments I've made over the past 7 weeks with regard to my SAFMEDS data. So here you can see this is my SAFMEDS data chart so far. This was where deck 1 was started. I scored an A cell of 7 here with a D cell of 1. By day 3, I had already hit the aim band with an A cell of 14 and a D cell of 1. And then I made a steady progress, as you can see by my A cell trend line, steady progress within the aim band and increasing. My D cells trend line went down from 1 to 0 and remained at 0 steadily into deck 2 and straight across for all of deck 2 as well. Deck 2's data was introduced on this day with this condition line here, and this was on at the start of week 3. I started below the aim band, but by day 2 I was already within the aim band with a score of A cell 15 and a D cell 0. My D cell for deck 2 remained at 0, so there's the steady straight trend line, D cell trend line going across, and the A cells increased steadily, so there's an increase in the A cell trend line coming across. By the end of deck 2, I had an A cell of 30 and a steady D cell of 0. Here, deck 3 was introduced and this condition line was put in. This was at the start of week 6, and for the first 3 days I was under the aim band. By day 4 I was able to hit the aim band, and there was still steady progress, as you can see from my increasing A cell trend line. It was slower than deck 2's progress, which was quite fast, but it was still upward progress within the trend line. And then I scored a D cell of 1 on the first day, which decreased and went down to a D cell of 0 by day 2, and onwards it remained a steady D cell of 0 within that trend line as well. So that's been my SAFMEDS progress over the past 7 weeks with the decks 1, 2, and 3. My study methods generally include keeping my workspace clean and tidy and organized so I don't get distracted. It really helps me stay focused. I've also separated my decks at the beginning of each new deck that was introduced. I separated them into similar terms, and I studied each same or similar term before putting them all together. And I ran at the beginning of each SAFMED session for the night. I would run one large untimed session with all the cards, go through every single one, refamiliarize myself and refresh my memory on the cards. And then that really helped because by the time I was ready to do my timed sessions, and I did 5 every night, by the time I did my timed sessions, I was familiar with the cards. I was able to recall the information quickly and easily, and I was able to make progress steadily throughout all the days, over all the days. I think my study methods have been really good so far. The only other thing that I did was I changed my time of studying from late at night, around 12, 11 or 12 at night. I made it earlier so that I was not so mentally tired. I realized that at the point of doing that, instead of my scores remaining stuck on certain days, I would remain stuck at one score before progressing or increasing. Well, on the days that I did my SAFMED sessions earlier, my scores were higher because I was not so tired. So those were all of my study methods and the adjustments that I made based on the progress that I made and the data that I collected. And I saw improvements whenever I introduced a new method or an adjustment. Thank you very much. That's the end.